Hey guys, welcome back to the fourth segment today of the Tolan Ticket. It's Justin Price alongside myself, Tolan Lichty, and we are live.
The priest and the big fella.
The priest and the big fella. Where are we? I keep forgetting where we are.
We're from Tango, said Cantina, high in the Power and Light District.
Where are sombreros and donkeys?
We lost them, actually.
Do Mexican people like donkeys?
Jackasses, sir.
Alright, well in this segment though, it's going to be kind of a free-for-all, but first we're going to talk about one thing that's fantasy relevant. Justin and I both talked about this a little bit prior. One guy we hate coming into the season we'll never draft.
And I'm going to go with any
And why?
fan of a franchise. I will not draft a single Chiefs player. The only reason why, I like to watch the Chiefs game, root for that in my own spatial moment, and then root for all my fantasy teams on the side. The issue is my brain can't handle probably.
It's too
rooting
stressful.
for fantasy and the Chiefs at the exact same time, just too much for me. So I will never draft a Chiefs player. If I had number one pick, I would not draft Jamal Charles because I can't deal with it. I trade out of that actually.
And I will draft Charles, but I do agree with what Justin says. It gets really stressful, intense. You have to be drinking, especially when your team and fantasy team are both doing poorly. That's like bad news bears. He's going to beat his dog if that happens. It's a small little runt. Lilo.
She looks like that.
It's taken some beatings in the past. My guy today, though, who I will never draft, Trent Richardson. I think he's going to have a bad year, but I also think he has
He's like the 67th best player. That's not a very fun person.
he looks kind of like the Predator and scares me. So does our video guy, though, Jeff. So I shouldn't dog him too much.
He looks like this.
Jeff's friendlier. T-Rich doesn't look friendly. He's like a struggle. He's like, I run for 3 yards a carry.
If you could envision Bob Marley,
and I'll kill you. That's what he looks like.
That is the video guy.
Our video guy looks like Bob Marley, but also T-Rich, who I would never draft. But no, I think Richardson will have a bad year though. In general, I think he's just a guy that we saw his best year as a rookie, and I think his legs are just weak or something. He's like me out there.
Unless you're Brendan Huffer, you will draft T-Rich.
Brendan Huffer.
He's in our fantasy league. We'll touch base. So what else do you want to
He's
talk
a
about?
large boy.
He is.
He's well endowed.
He's been known to take care of
Male
things.
bosoms.
So talk about the Guardians of the Galaxy.
This is the most important segment.
I don't know about this.
Okay, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy with the girlfriend. Had no idea what to expect. I'm not a big comic guy. I don't know what the heck's going on. It was awesome. I was laughing like the whole time. The special effects were freaking fantastic. I didn't pee the entire time, so I wanted to stay there. So I almost pissed my pants, which would have been horrible and embarrassing. But I held tight, kind of clutched myself, and I pulled through, and I loved it.
Well, I actually saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles last night, and it reminded me a lot of Transformers. I know it was directed by Michael Bay, and it looks, you could just clearly tell that it was just like a Transformers movie by the sound effects, the way they made Shredder look like a freaking, I don't know his name, Optimus Prime or something. He looked like, one of those dudes.
Still the action was okay.
Movie, but God, I didn't get that.
Michael Bay does good action. Sometimes the stories suck though for me.
Michael Bay can't sever himself from one thing. Everything has to be pulled from Transformers. Or Lost, or whatever.
Are you cupping the base?
No, this is like a bubble chart. Like this is Transformers, and this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Another movie he made. Well, I don't know any other movies.
So they all stem from Transformers.
Exactly.
He needs as much CGI as possible. He doesn't care about acting.
Exactly. It was.
And this one, there's really no acting.
And the turtles didn't really look like turtles. They looked more like.
I heard you fell asleep during this movie. Is that correct?
I did. I had a great time, and I fell asleep halfway through the movie. Not because it was boring, because my body made me fall asleep. John was that.
He's a fragile boy. Priest. Okay, so we don't recommend TMT, or we do?
It's a renter. I mean, it's a good movie if you like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Transformers.
So after your draft, if the woman's with you, you have to make up for a lack of time with her.
We'll talk about your draft for this. How was your draft? Our draft that we did. I heard that you were coupling a few things while you were.
Oh, that's one thing I don't recommend too. Yeah, it was unfortunate. Like I love spending time with my girlfriend, but I like to talk smack during the draft. See my hands here. But I couldn't. We were like cozy in bed watching a movie with the laptop on my belly, and my arm was around her. So I was like one finger pecking, and that's horrible. So make sure the woman's doing something else on draft day, or cooking or something for you, preparing hors d'oeuvres perhaps.
Hors d'oeuvres. You make us some hors d'oeuvres?
I think tomorrow we're going to have some hors d'oeuvres. We have a big draft tomorrow at Justin's house. We're not going to really let you guys know what happens there. We'll talk about it a little bit, but the main thing there is there's going to be a lot of beer and food, and then we're going to review that in the next podcast.
We are doing go-kart racing, however, for our draft order. So that's one thing that we like to incorporate is how to create a good draft order. That's a big thing as well when it comes to fantasy. It's very boring rolling some dice, pulling straws for your draft order. Think of something creative, okay? Last year we had a beer pong. We played beer pong and shot beer pong balls. I mean,
yeah,
you gotta be ingenuitive when it comes to something like that.
It is fun to have some kind of weird system to determine the draft order. And when it comes to go-karts, though, being a 240-plus pound dude, I'm probably going to get killed. I'll be last, probably, let's be honest. Although that Brendan boy is kind of a hefty lad.
Tougher.
Large haunches.
But I think that's anything else to talk about?
He could fill
are we done with
a stadium
with
seat.
ticket number 4 today?
Badass. I think we're done. I think we're good to go here.
What are we talking about next week?
I don't know yet. We'll put it on the website, the podcast.
What do you guys want to hear? Just hit us up, anything. It doesn't even matter. It can be sex lives about fantasy football players.
Preferably not too much sex life questions, but if you guys do want to hit us up, check out our Twitter site, twitter.com/the Tolan Ticket. We got a Facebook page also, facebook.com/the Tolan Ticket. And of course, a YouTube site, youtube.com/the Tolan 87, which we're still working on.
And there's a couple homeless people taking up collections outside your neighborhood. Walgreens, put it in there, benefits us.
That's how we get money. We steal from the homeless. Perfect. All right, well, thank you guys for tuning in to the Tolan Ticket today. We are live at the Tango Said Cantina.
Live.
Justin Price and Tolan Lichty.
Out.
Deuces.